Wisconsin's governor wants to increase funding to state colleges and universities by a record $850 million.
It is a massive total in his two-year budget that has school leaders hopeful, but Republicans saying it's way too much. The governor was promoting his plan on the UW Superior campus today.
And Northern News Now's Michaela Wrench caught up with him.
Making the University of Wisconsin system in a better place with all the campuses is absolutely my top priority.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers talking about his proposed budget increase of more than $800 million. This comes after multiple UW branch campus closures, numerous layoffs, funding shifts, and restructured portions of campus operations. The intended amount plans to go towards more than just academics.
We have to make sure that, yes, the academics are good, but we also make sure that mental health is strong also.
Evers came to UW Superior Monday, where he welcomed back students and talked with them about why he wants to invest so much. Allison Alessi was one of them. The fifth-year student and soccer player is hopeful the governor's proposal becomes reality.
Even though I'm graduating, it's going to be people coming in are going to see the facilities, and they're going to be so grateful to be able and prideful to be in the community and be able to have places like this.
Alessi says classrooms and facilities around campus could use upgrades. Evers says that's just the tip of the iceberg.
There's all sorts of things that are not being done well on campuses because they just frankly don't have the resources.
In Superior, Michaela Wrench, Northern News Now.
Thank you, Michaela. Now, we did reach out to all Northwest Wisconsin Republican lawmakers today, hoping to get their reaction to Evers' proposal. We have not heard back. However, state Republicans have traditionally fought Evers when it comes to large investments in the UW system.
Still to